Hello and welcome back to the farm. And winter is definitely drawing in. Winter's come early this year. We are expecting a flurry of snow around midday today. And yeah, it's taking its toll. We've got a few things to do today. First thing I need to do is, as you see, we've mucked the cows out again. And we need to put some straw into there. So we're going to get that done first thing today. And just make sure that we've got all of it in there that they need. And with that done, we're going to head back round. Because what we need to do is, we've got a couple of fields that need some lime on them. So we're going to be going out and doing that. Field 31 needs doing, and field 20 and 18 need doing as well. Our big combined field. It's going to be good for them for next year. Unfortunately we're not going to get the canola in for. We're not going to get the winter canola in. So I'm not doing that. I'm going to be doing spring canola on the farm this year. Thankfully we got the wheat in. I'm very pleased that we got the wheat in. But yeah, we're not going to be able to get the spring canola in. It's way too late in the year, and where we were going to put in winter wheat in our test field. We're too late for that as well now. So we're going to be putting in some spring wheat as well, which should sort of slowly sort that out. I'm going to get this parked back into here. There we go. So this is out of the way. I'll turn that off there. And we've got the lights left on. Keep doing that. There we go. So we'll leave our 6R here because we're not going to be using that for the rest of the day. Quickly jog over to here. This is what we're going to be getting out for today. We are full of lime in this at the moment, which is good news. And yeah, as I said, we've got two we've got two fields to get done. One of them is field 31 out this way, and the other is our two combined fields. This should do pretty well, this lime. I want to get this done before lunchtime. If we can get this done before lunchtime and before we get this snowfall, we'll be able to get it. We'll be able to get the 8R out and get this done for later. Let's pull out onto the road. Yeah, and this is our first field. Get this limed. I want to turn on my GPS. Get myself lined up. Looking pretty good here. A little bit further over. It's not a massive spread on this piece of kit. It is quite a nice piece of kit though, this. I'm very pleased we picked this up when we did. Right, turn it on. Set my first point. Oh, I'm not going straight. There we go. And we're away. It's a little bit of extra coverage up there. Probably should have done that while I wasn't spreading, but it's not too bad. But this thing motors. This really goes. It's one of the reasons why I liked having it. Right, turn her off. Get ourselves lined up for the next one. And we're good. Actually, my spread's pretty good on there. So line up to the end of the field. Turn it on. And away we go. Yeah. This, I like this. This works well, this spreader. And it works through this field really rather quickly. and yeah, holds a nice amount of lime in the back. And this is our second to last row. We should be able to do the last row. I want to be careful on the last row because I don't want to be spreading lime on the road. So we'll take this right to the end here. There we go. Reverse ourselves up. And just bring us across here. And it means we'll get a little bit of a double coverage along here for some of the way. But shouldn't be too bad. And yeah, then we'll, with any luck, we'll be able to get this done in. We have ground temperature is currently 0 degrees C, so it's not quite frozen yet. But we're looking at being unable to work the ground fairly soon. So getting this sorted before that happens is going to be important. And that's why we're getting the lime on now. And that's got that field complete. So we want to head across now and get our next field complete, which is over this way here. And this will just give us good preparation for next year. So the last time, with this early winter, with the winter coming in early like this, we are going to have to, it's changed my whole plan for next year's crops. As I said, we can't get the canola in this year, and we can't get the spring. We can't get the winter wheat in on our second field. Let's reset that, and I'm just gonna go across here. Right. Set my second one. Much better way to do this. And then we line ourselves up here. Like so. Oh, wrong direction. There we go. Line ourselves up. And away we go. So yeah, covering this field. This field is a little bit patchy where it comes to the pH. So doing this means that we should get a nice even amount across the field. Make it easier for it to grow next year. And having the winter for this to all soak in and take effect will be really useful for us. So that's why I'm wanting to get this done now before we have before we're not able to, before the ground gets too hard for us to work and we get too far into winter and have trouble with just about getting any of the work that we want to get done around here. So yeah, and then we're going to be selling off our crops soon and doing our year's stuff for that. And that's when the farm will make its money this year. Once we've delivered our crops, and as a result, as I said before, we will certainly be making sure that the 6M that we currently have leased, making sure that that is a permanent addition to the farm. I'm going to be looking at the 8R. The 8R has been proven to be a piece of kit that we could do with on the farm, because the 7R we've used at the same time as the 8R, and it just means that we have that extra tractor that we're able to get stuff done with. And the 8R is a fantastic tractor as well. And by 8R I of course mean the 8RX. These tracks are much better on our land. We're getting a lot less compaction. Same with this piece of kit. Part of the reason why we got this for both spraying and spreading is to reduce our compaction on the fields. And it might actually be worth, when we eventually come to look at changing the combine, that as well. Right, we're going to have to fill in a bit, I think. So let's get back on our line. Yeah, get this straightened up before I start this up. There we go. We'll get that little bit in a moment. Yeah, we can see that our spread here has gone well outside the line of the field. So I think, oh no, we're good. We are good. We are going to be spreading it on the grass a bit. Maybe it's worth incorporating that bit here and coming a bit closer to the tree line there. I mean, we'll have a little bit of a kick out at the end here, where we come up to the driveway. But I think incorporating that little bit into the field will be fine. Just going to bring us out here and do that. Right, and I think we'll get this field finished off. But it's going well. I'm happy with this. The haze that we started the day with is beginning to clear now. We sort of it's hanging around in the valley a little bit, but in general, it's clearing, and we can see a little bit further. Interestingly enough, that does show how much the temperature has dropped in the last couple of days. It is so much colder. Let's get that going. Yeah, so much colder around here. It's the chill is the air has a crispness to it that I've been feeling the last few mornings. And hopefully, what I'm looking to do is, I think my weather report has just brought up that we've got the snow almost here. So we're going to get this finished, and hopefully it's not going to settle. It's the ground isn't cold enough for that. But what we do have is that it will make the ground a little bit wet, and I want to get the lime in before that becomes too much of a problem. So we'll finish getting this covered, and we're going to head back to the farm. I might go and get a spot of lunch. We're well, it's a bit early for lunch, but it's we're definitely going to go and get the 8RX out next, and put the cultivator on that, and get these fields done. That will help with the compaction as well, because as I was saying before, the tracks on these really make it a lot better for us, with how it leaves the land and how everything goes. It's great for seeding. If I was to make a choice, I would actually I think I'd actually sell off our new 7R and replace it with an 8RX for the bigger stuff. Our 6R is fine for doing smaller jobs, along with the stuff around the yard, and the 8RX is probably a better piece of kit for us to be doing stuff around the farm with. So yeah, it's one of those things where we've been given it to trial for 6 months, and it is become an invaluable bit of the farm, an invaluable bit of equipment on the farm. So there she is. Lined up, ready. I'd actually got it ready to do the canola with. I'm not going to like this next thing. I've got to navigate by mirror next, because I cannot see out the back of this, but we've got to get this back in the shed. Thankfully, Chris isn't hanging around. So reverse this, keeping one eye in the mirror. And one eye roughly where the edge of our shed is. Yeah, there we go. We'll get that in there. Nice and snug. Perfect. Turn her off. And we'll switch over to this. Yeah. This 8RX is just has been an absolute godsend. We haven't hooked it up yet, so that's good. Hadn't quite got this ready for planting. I'd put it in here so that we were ready if we needed to. But what's much more useful to us is to hook it up to this. I'm going to switch the switch on the ramp as well. Last thing I want is that ramp to be in the way, and we have issues. Put that up, and cables. Just run over here and shut this down. There we go. Remove one more obstacle from the farm. And get this out. And yeah, we need to get these 2 fields cultivated in. And get this done. I'm going to work my way back. I'm going to go the opposite direction to the way I came out. Let's see if we can just get this over here. Bring it around. This will be a lot easier to see exactly where we are. Let's unfold that. Right. Come on. That should do it. So, down. Yep, that's got it. Patron. Set the first point. Set the second, and my width, and away we go. GPS in modern equipment has been an absolute godsend, and look at that. The snow is coming down. It's very fortunate. This is not meant to be a long one. This is the first flurry of the year. And yeah, the snow is coming down, and we are not ready. Absolutely not ready. But that's okay. We will adapt, as we always do. Right, I'm not quite on the right line there. Reverse it out. Oh, it's gonna be a cold, cold day. Yeah, line her out. Down we go, and away we go. This is quite a strong snow shower, actually. It's yeah, quite heavy. Thankfully, as I said, the ground is not frozen. We wouldn't be able to work it with this if it was. So it's not settling. I'm not expecting it to cause us much trouble, but it is yeah, it is early this year, and it's. As a result, I kind of wonder what the winter's going to hold. We won't be, as before, we're not going to be doing any vlogs over the winter. So it'll be, this will be the last one from the farm for a while. It's not a lot of stuff going on over here in the winter. Lots of stuff going on with just looking after the new cows. And making sure they're fed and cleaned and everything. As far as actual work on the farm, it pretty much shut down for a few months. Otherwise, I'll do some work with the tractors. I'll make sure that they're all ready for the springtime, and I'll be working with and I'll be doing some work on the combine and things. But it's not the most riveting of times on the farm over the winter. which is why we stopped just before winter last time with these vlogs, and why I'm doing the same now. There we go. So yeah, be a while before I do some vlogs again. So let's line this up. Bring it back a little bit. There and down, and away we go. So we should get both these fields. Having limed these, we'll get these done as well. And this will be a good way to leave these over the winter. We'll kill off any remaining plants and things that are left over from the harvest. Should mean that we get rid of any dropped grains or anything as well. Absolutely reduce any of our any weed crop that we get on here. And yeah, we've already got quite a few weeds. You can see that there's quite a bit here. So yeah, this will deal with all of that, and it's also mixing the lime in quite nicely. So as a result, this field should be in good stead, and the same will be true of our other one. There we go. Anyway, I've just got this tiny little headland bit on the edge, so we'll get that. But that'll bring us back down to this end of the field, and then we can just go across to there and do the other one. And that will leave us in good stead. And I'm trying to remember what it is after the current. I think canola goes in after the. I think it might be corn going in here next year, actually. So this will be ready for planting corn in the new year. And then soybeans, yeah, over there we will be putting wheat. In the cornfields, should be soybeans. And yeah, good little rotation going. We're just trying to catch this bit along the edge. Doesn't matter that we're turning over the main body of the field. You can see how little track and how little compaction these tracks are having on here, which is just great news. And it'll be good when we come to do the seeding as well. It'll just mean that the field doesn't get too compacted, and we have we get a good crop off there. Right, so we need to lift that. I need to fold it up. Yep. And then we'll take this down here, and we're going to do the other field. In the springtime, as I said, I'm going to be, as I said before, I'm going to be turning that field there, I think, into an arable. We don't have as much requirement for grass as we used to, especially now we've got the meadow ones down the end. So it means that the fields we've got up here that are currently grass, we can take a good look at and see if there's any way that we can incorporate and use them better. Right, so down, and we'll set ourselves a new start point. Yep, that's got it. We are all good. This field now we'll get done as well. In fact, this has turned to rain, so the temperature has risen ever so slightly. And we've now got rain on here, so yeah, definitely want to get this turned over before it goes and gets washed away. Would be a good idea. It's a funny old day today. We're into the larger part of the field now, and it's pulling rather nicely. It is taking most of the afternoon to get this field done, and this rain has not stopped. It seems to have settled in. It's chilly rain, but it's not freezing rain, which is very, very good news. This is and the ground is still working well. It's not getting too cold or too frozen or anything. It is right on the cusp though of freezing. Won't take much. I think that overnight I think we wouldn't be able to work this anymore. So quite pleased to be getting this job done today. Let's get around. Try and take this fairly tightly. This does turn well, this tractor. Really, really does. Get myself back on my line. Activate that again. Yeah. And then we'll be right in place. And away we go. And yeah, nice long runs. I'm always debating what is the best way to run this field, but I think this is the longest side that we've got on it. So it means that we tend to run it north-south like this rather than east-west. It's fairly long east-west, but I think it's longer north-south. And you get a bigger chunk of the field north-south as well. So yeah, it seems to run better that way. And plus, when you get over towards the valley, it then means that you're going across the slope, not up and down the slope, which if you time it wrong going up and down that slope, you're going to end in the river. So yeah, it's a much better way, much safer way to do it this way. So we'll take this up here. Road was clear, isn't now. Get out of his way and get ourselves turned. This time of year, 3 in the afternoon, we're losing light as well. So this will be the only job that we get done, or this will be the last job we get done today. But it will be a good job. It'll be a job worth doing. We'll have forwarded ourselves ready for next year, and got ourselves as ready pre-winter as we can, really. So yeah, not getting those last couple of crops in is not the end of the world. We will just adjust things rather than put them in the ground now and worry about a germination failure on it. I am slightly worried about the wheat we planted not long ago. This sudden sharp cold spell might mean that doesn't germinate properly, and if that happens, yeah, we could lose a field of wheat, which is not good at all. With the squarer part of the field to complete, this is where it gets that little bit harder. So what I'm going to do is we're pulling back onto the field, and you can see that that very end bit isn't quite as wide. And this is what I was talking about going across the slope as well. You can see the angle we're at now as this begins to slope down towards the river. This is the part of the field that actually we increased. So it was along here that we took the field down and followed along the river. Because field 20 sort of sits along here and around this bit. Field 18 is sort of, it started much further over to our right here. So we ended up having to sort of join the two along the riverbank like that, which created that diagonal bit. Just makes it a little bit more interesting when we come to do when we come to do things like this with the GPS. We have to stop when this the cultivator reaches the edge, and then we turn, and then we end up leaving some space, and that basically we leave a headland down one little bit of the field. Most of the fields we work like this, although you can see previously we've just come across the end with the cedar, because the traffic can get really busy sometimes. When we have a car coming, we do. And it just yeah, makes things easier for us to come up to the edge of the field. We end up with less headland. Right, and bring it across. Though depending on the crop, sometimes a headland is really useful. But this corner down here, that begins to get a little bit more interesting. What a gorgeous sunset this is. Again, you can see that because the temperature is not very high, there's a lot of moisture in the air. And as a result, we get this lovely hazy view across here. I love, I've said it before, I love this part of the world. I love coming back here and just, yeah, being absolutely in awe of this part of the world. So you can see here now, we've stopped there a little bit early, and we're now going to bring this all the way up here, because I don't want to stick this in the grass. I've got to come all the way up here, stick this down here, and then we've just got this headland of triangles to fill in. But we should be all right, because we've got this end bit here. We won't activate the GPS, and then we'll just pull it gently out and across the end there. And that will get the field completed and finished off. And yeah, we'll probably complete our work for the day, because it's getting on. It's not quite dark yet. It is 20 past 4, and we are. Are we coming? Good. Cars on the road have all got their lights on. I should really put mine on at this point. There we go. I can see things a bit more clearly now. Who'd have thought it? Yeah, look, it's a very, very thin headland we need to do here. So we'll take a really tight turn around, because otherwise we'll get the cultivator in the fence, and I want to avoid that. Right, and wind it up. There we go. We'll eyeball this. Like so. Yeah, that's running well. So good clean edge to the field. Lots of stuff. So the lights on this tractor definitely meant for working well into the to the night. This, because these lights are just, it's these LEDs, it's these new LEDs on these new tractors. They just illuminate things so well. Right, and what you get here, because we started this at that corner there, it reaches this top corner here, and you just fill it in. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely the best way to do this. Right, there we go. All done. And that is about it from the farm for this year. I'm going to just fold that up. And we'll get this tractor back to the yard. It's been a good year this year. We've expanded the farm nicely. We've done some work with Susie on her farm. We've We've had a good year as far as selling and getting the next lot of cattle in, so those have gone well. We've turned around most of our fields. We're prepared for when if it's not going to go right. We've even got an extra crop in this year. Those extra crop of soybeans, those are going to go well. So yeah, I'm happy with all that. But yeah, so I am going to leave this here. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this year on the farm and this vlog. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you at some point. Bye for now.